Noonan Energy was founded in 1890 by Timothy Noonan, my great-grandfather, and he was in the ice business at that time. And in, I think, 1926, my grandfather, Edward Noonan, joined the business, and they introduced kerosene to the business, which was just coming up as for heating sources for stoves and things like that. My father, Timothy Noonan, became engaged in the company in 1946 when he came out of the service, and he and his brother William ran the company from the time my grandfather retired in 1958 and until my uncle retired, and then my father ran the business by himself. I learned the business, grew up in the business with my dad and my uncle, and then when I was a senior in college, I bought my first company, which was out in Palmer, Mass. And then I had started to acquire a number of companies, and including Noonan Oil, which was my dad's company, so that he could retire. And then we changed the name at that point to Noonan Energy Corporation and melded the two businesses. You know, many companies, they last for a generation or two, and for us to go on for 5 generations, it certainly gives me a lot of pleasure to know that the business will continue and it will be strong, and we can continue to service our customer base and expand our services. So it's been very gratifying for me to see that kind of transition.
So as my dad said, I'm the 5th generation. The company's been around for 135 years. Over the last few decades, we've made a lot of transitions and diversified to serve the customer's needs. So, about 15 years ago, we started thinking about bringing on our plumbing division. We were constantly needing a plumber to pull permits and do odd jobs. There's so much synergy between the two that we decided to introduce a plumbing division, which has been very well received. And then, 6 years after that, in 2018, from the same set of thoughts, the electrical was also something that we were hiring an electrician constantly. As we started doing more mini split work, there was definitely the need to continue to have an electrician be with us on a regular basis. Some days it was 4 or 5 days a week. We were hiring an electrician to do some work. We were constantly getting customers that were saying to us, who do I call for electrical? Who do I call for plumbing? And we said to ourselves, you know what? We could do this pretty well. When we think we do a pretty good job at what we do in the HVAC space and delivering fuel, we really felt like there was a lot of synergy, and we've really been able to bring that to our customers. They've been very appreciative of that. We've had nice growth in those divisions, which will continue into the future. Over the last few years, we've done a lot of mini split installations, so certainly a lot of the customers are requesting those, whether it's just for cooling or in some situations some supplemental heating as well. We've been delivering bioheat fuel now for 15 years. Bioheat's a blend of traditional heating oil with a renewable component and biodiesel. Very much environmentally friendly fuel for the future. We're one of the only fuels that can actually continue to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and can do it the fastest. We're excited about what the future holds. The state is starting to realize that, we think, and they're starting to realize that we have a really good pathway forward compared to even natural gas, which some years back was definitely thought to be the replacement fuel. So we're trying to set the business up for the future, as my great-grandfather did when he transitioned from ice to oil. Certainly at the time, it was literally, his business was disappearing, with the advent of the refrigerator. So it became one of those things where, he had made, an unbelievable transition, in my opinion, to make sure that he could continue to provide for his family. So here we are, 100 some odd years later, and we're saying, okay, what's the future look like for us? So, and I have a few sons that are on the younger side now, but we're certainly trying to position the company that if they decide that they want to be involved in the business, we can continue it on for another 130 years.
I think it's very important to show our customers that we are going to be here for the long haul. The various generations that have been involved in the past and those that will be involved in the future. Tells our customers that we care and that we are looking forward to servicing them for many years to come.